Pope Leo is on the final day of his visit to Lebanon. These are the live pictures, hopefully, that we can bring you at the moment. The Pope has been paying his respects earlier at the site of the 2020 port explosion and is holding a mass for more than 120,000 people in Beirut. Huge crowds, as you can see, have gathered, and there's been a focus on bringing together people from all the different communities in Lebanon. Well, our Middle East correspondent, Hugo Bachega, spoke to me earlier from Beirut.
Yeah, Gita, so this is the last day of this three-day visit by the Pope to Lebanon, and the highlight of the day and of this trip is the mass that's being held right now on the waterfront, the iconic waterfront here in Beirut, with tens of thousands of people, including the country's leaders, the president, who is a Christian because of the divisions of power here in Lebanon. The president always comes from the Christian community, the prime minister, who is a Sunni Muslim, and the speaker of parliament, who is a Shia Muslim. So this gives you an idea of how religiously diverse this country is. Thankfully, after 2 days of very heavy rain, it's been a relatively warm, dry morning here in Beirut. There is a heavy security in place here in the city. It is a public holiday here today. The streets have been closed, and obviously huge crowds have descended on the waterfront to join the Pope on this final big event after 3 days of his visit to Lebanon. Now, earlier today we saw some emotional scenes as the Pope held a silent prayer at the site of the explosion 5 years ago, the port explosion that devastated parts of Beirut. He met some relatives of the victims of the port. You could see, the grain silos there partially destroyed. For many Lebanese, this is the symbol of the many crises that have engulfed this country in recent years. A huge economic crisis, political paralysis, corruption, and mismanagement, and obviously conflict. This visit happens at a difficult moment for Lebanon, with fears of more violence, of another escalation in the conflict between Israel and Hezbollah, the Shia Muslim militia and political party. There is a ceasefire here in Lebanon, but Israel has continued to attack Hezbollah, saying that the group is trying to rearm. And at the heart of the message that the Pope has brought to Lebanon is a message of peace, coexistence, unity. And this is very much what the Pope has been saying in his final hours here in Lebanon. He's been urging the Lebanese to come together, to not leave the country. We've seen that huge numbers of Lebanese have left the country in recent years because of the challenges, because of the problems here. And so again, the final day of this visit that has been framed here in Lebanon as an important national moment.
Yeah, and I was going to ask about that because the news agency is reporting around 150,000 people at the Beirut Mass. And I just wondered, obviously it's been, very significant for those who are Christians, but for the wider population, has this also been something that they have seen as a moment to celebrate this visit?
Exactly, and obviously this is very significant for the Christian population here. A third of Lebanon's population is Christian, but as I said, this is a religiously diverse country, and I think a lot of people have been following this visit, and the Pope has been addressing the divisions and the tensions here in this country. Again, he's been urging the population, the country's leaders, to come together to try to solve this country's problems. I think it was very symbolic that yesterday, one of the key events of the day was the interreligious event that happened in Martyr Square here in Beirut. The square was located on the Green Line that divided Beirut during the civil war, separating the western side of the city, which is mainly Muslim, from the eastern side of Beirut, which is mainly Christian. So again, exposing, how religiously diverse this country is. So an important moment for Lebanon during the visit.
Hugo Bachega there for us in Beirut.